The buzz around cricketer Arjun Tendulkar's recent engagement had barely settled when the spotlight shifted to his sister, Sara Tendulkar. Known for her grace and growing social media presence, Sara is now making headlines after photos of her with a young man surfaced online, including a popular snap from Goa. The man in these photos is Siddharth Kerkar, an artist based in Goa who shares a close bond with the Tendulkar family. You can even spot him with Sara's parents, Sachin and Anjali Tendulkar, at events like IPL matches and family gatherings. Their frequent appearances together, including a memorable photo from Wankhede Stadium, have sparked speculation about whether their relationship is more than just friendship. But so far, no official word has come from either side. What's clear is that Sara and Siddharth share a warm and close friendship. Siddharth is not just an artist, but also reportedly co-owner of a restaurant in Goa. With over 90,000 Instagram followers, he often shares glimpses of his artistic world, many of which include Sara. And Sara follows him back, showing their mutual connection. Beyond the rumors, Sara is busy carving out her own path. Recently, she launched her very own studio in Mumbai. This new venture was inspired by her fitness journey, which started while she was studying in London. Studio marks Sara's official entry into the world of entrepreneurship, a combination of health, fitness, and business. And she has the full support and encouragement of her father, Sachin Tendulkar, who has praised her efforts publicly. Adding to her growing profile, Sara has been named the Indian ambassador for Australia's international tourism campaign, Come and Say Jide. This $130 million global campaign aims to attract travelers from India and other key markets to Australia. With over 8.6 million followers on social media, Sara's digital influence makes her a perfect fit for this role. Her appointment highlights how she is building an identity that goes far beyond being the daughter of a cricket legend. From fitness entrepreneur to global ambassador, Sara Tendulkar is charting her own course. While the world watches and wonders about her personal life, one thing is clear: Sara is creating her own unique space in the spotlight. What do you think about Sara's journey? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Samantha Ruth Prabhu is back in the headlines, and this time, it's not for a movie, but for a mystery man and some cryptic Instagram posts stirring up dating rumors. It all started when Samantha shared a video from her Dubai trip, captioned, "What I see versus what you see." The reel featured sweet, candid moments. But one clip had fans doing a double take, Samantha holding hands with a man wearing a black jacket and jeans. His face wasn't shown, but fans quickly speculated, could it be filmmaker Raj Nidhi? This isn't the first time Samantha and Raj have sparked dating rumors. Back in May, Samantha shared a carousel of photos after her film Shubham received rave reviews. One picture showed her with Raj and the team, but what really grabbed attention? A cozy in-flight selfie with Samantha resting her head on Raj's shoulder. Then in July, Samantha posted more pictures, this time from Detroit, Michigan, while attending Tana 2025. Fans spotted Raj again, appearing in several of the snaps. The buzz only grew louder. Now, Raj's ex-wife, Shamali De, is also making headlines. She posted a string of cryptic messages on Instagram. One story read, "It's like deja vu all over again." Another said, "Respond intelligently even to unintelligent treatment." And a quote from Ali ibn Abi Talib read, "Detachment is not that you should own nothing, but that nothing should own you." While Shamali often shares quotes, these particular posts have fans linking them to Samantha and Raj's ongoing romance buzz. According to Pinkvilla, the duo may be taking the next big step, reportedly house hunting and considering moving in together. Raj, who got divorced in 2022, is said to have found love again after working with Samantha on Citadel. Is this Bollywood's next power couple in the making? Only time will tell. But for now, fans are watching closely. What do you think about this rumored romance? Let us know in the comments. Deepika Padukone has just made history. The global icon has become the first ever Indian jury member for the 2025 Louis Vuitton Prize, a prestigious recognition in the fashion and design world. And, true to her reputation, she made her debut in impeccable style. Standing by her side, as always, was husband Ranveer Singh, who proudly supported her at the global event, once again proving to be her biggest cheerleader. Deepika stole the spotlight with her stunning look. She wore a silk blouse with bold yellow and brown patterns, paired with a shimmering gold mini-skirt that featured dramatic long fringe details. Her look was completed with gold stud earrings, sleek high heels, and a black handbag. With a classy updo and subtle makeup, Deepika radiated effortless charm and elegance. Sharing moments from the event, Deepika posted several photos on social media, writing, "Congratulations to all the winners. I cannot wait for the world to witness your magic." Her heartfelt caption received much love from fans, but it was Ranveer Singh's playful comment that truly stole the show. He simply wrote, "Hot mama." The sweet remark quickly went viral, with fans applauding Ranveer for his constant encouragement and support for Deepika's accomplishments. On the professional front, Deepika is gearing up for an exciting new project. She is set to star in a sci-fi film directed by Atlee, one of India's most sought-after filmmakers. The film will also feature Tollywood superstar Allu Arjun and is tentatively titled R22XA6. Backed by Sun Pictures, the film is already generating buzz and is expected to deliver a high-octane cinematic experience. From making waves on global red carpets to taking on powerful roles in cinema, Deepika Padukone continues to inspire millions. And with Ranveer always cheering her on, the couple remains one of Bollywood's most admired duos. Tiger Shroff is known for his action-packed films that appeal to viewers of all ages. But with Baghi 4, he's taken a bold new turn. For the first time in his career, Tiger stars in a film that's been rated A for adults only, thanks to its intense violence and bloodshed. Despite the adult rating, the Central Board of Film Certification, or CBFC, asked for several changes before clearing the film. Baghi 4 was certified on 26 August, just ahead of its worldwide release on 5 September. And the cuts? They weren't minor. The examining committee enforced a total of 23 cuts, both visual and audio. One scene where the hero stands on a coffin was completely deleted. In another, a character lights a cigarette from a Niranjan Diya, that 1 second shot, also gone. A moment where a hand is rubbed on a girl's hip was replaced, and a frontal nude scene was hidden by the CBFC. And yes, there was a 13-second shot of someone lighting a cigarette from an amputated hand. This too was deleted. Another major cut, a knife thrown at a statue of Jesus Christ was removed. The CBFC also cut out the scene of hit of fist and the leaning of the statue of Jesus. In terms of violence, several brutal moments were trimmed. Scenes showing throats being cut, hands being chopped, and goons being killed by swords were removed. One particularly graphic scene of a sword being inserted into a skull was also deleted. On the audio side, some strong language was toned down. The words bhang ba, ***, b***e, and fingering used by cops were replaced. In the line, bhai tujhe condom mein hi rehna chahiye tha, the word condom was muted. Another line, tera wajood hi mit jayega God, was replaced with sab dekhte reh jayenge. वो भी डरता है मुझसे was deleted and Don Khoke, ekdam okay was muted. After all these edits, Baghi 4 was cleared with an A certificate and had a runtime of 2 hours, 43 minutes and 50 seconds. But that's not all. Just 3 days later, on 29 August, the makers voluntarily cut 6 minutes and 45 seconds by shortening 19 scenes. The final runtime now stands at 157.05 minutes, or 2 hours, 37 minutes and 5 seconds. Baghi 4 joins War 2 and the Bengal Files as recent films to go for voluntary cuts even after certification. And yes, don't miss Harnaaz Sandhu setting the screen on fire in the song Ye Mera Husn. What do you think of Baghi 4's bold move? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates from the world of Bollywood. Malayalam TV presenter Pavitra Menon recently stirred up a conversation online about the portrayal of South Indians in the film Param Sundari. But what's the real story behind her comments? Let's find out. Param Sundari, starring Janhavi Kapoor and Siddharth Malhotra, released on 29 August and received a lukewarm response. After Pavitra Menon posted a video criticizing how South Indians were shown in the film, many assumed she was targeting Janhavi Kapoor, who played a Malayali girl. But Pavitra recently clarified that her comments were not against Janhavi. In an interview, Pavitra said, "I am not an actor." When reports said that a Malayalam actor spoke against Janhavi, that's a whole different conversation. That is not what is happening. It's not professional jealousy. Honestly, I was not trying to steal anybody else's job, but just saying, do the job properly. So if somebody doesn't speak my language well, I would want to point that out. Pavitra also praised Janhavi Kapoor, saying she seems like a down-to-earth person and that they have met a couple of times in Dubai. Her real issue? The makers didn't hire a dialect coach to help Janhavi nail the Malayali accent. Pavitra explained, "You can get any actor from any part of the world to play any character. That is why we call them actors, but at least get a dialect coach. If you can have an intimacy director on the sets and pay money for it, what is the harm in getting a dialect coach?" Recently, I got to know that the makers have also done that. To that, I want to say it's very shoddy then. She also feels the actors didn't get enough information about their characters. Pavitra said, "I think the problem here is that not enough information is given to these guys, the actors, on how to go about it. Had somebody with knowledge of Malayalam heard them, they would have helped." When it comes to Bollywood, Pavitra isn't hopeful about authentic regional portrayals. She thinks the industry lacks the nuances needed to truly represent cultures on the big screen. By the way, Param Sundari is directed by Tushar Jalota and has collected 37 crore rupees in its first 6 days. What do you think about Pavitra's take on regional authenticity in films? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.